Thank you for watching Tofu Bandit Media. I'm about to interview Bill Plympton for his new film, Cheatin. Pretty much everything you do is a combination of funny and heart-wrenching and dark and often a little pornographic sometimes,
sure.
you know.
Sex and violence, that's my middle name.
It's like peanut butter and jelly. Yeah. It's like a pop culture sandwich. But it's also always so concise, and it's usually in tiny small bites. So how do you manage the balance of something that doesn't feel forced in any of these areas?
Well, that's not so easy.
Sure.
I started out doing short films, as you know. In fact, before then, I was doing a lot of gag cartoons for men's magazines and regular mainstream magazines. So I have a backlog of humor, of gag ideas that I like to use. And then when I moved into shorts and animation, I brought up a lot of those gags. And then I started doing feature films like Cheatin. Yeah. And it's not easy balancing the humor with the story and the drama and the storytelling. And so that's always the formula that I've had trouble with. And I think this time I've really nailed it. I think that Cheatin does that nice blend of weird humor and storytelling. In fact, a lot of the reviews I've been getting, some of the interviews I did were with women, and they loved the film because the personalities are coming out, and they can identify with the people. So I think that Cheatin is really the first film I've done that has not just sex and violence, but actually a strong emotional story.
So the story is kind of normal, like it's nothing totally untrodden, and then all of a sudden El Muerto enters and it takes
a right turn.
So what was it where you're sitting there kind of like, you know, this isn't interesting enough?
I'll tell you what happened. The original genesis of the story, I wanted to have this woman who loved her man so much.
Okay.
It was unconditional love. And I love unconditional love.
It's the best kind.
Which is very rare.
Sure.
But she loved him so much that she was willing to let him stray, have these sleazy women as lovers, and as long as she could be there having sex with them.
Sure.
I thought that was a really cool idea to show someone who had, like I say, unconditional love. Yeah. And how do you do that? How do you get her to be at the sexual affairs? And so the only way I could think of was have some sort of old 50s soul machine magician, El Muerto, teleport her into the situation. And since this is animation, you can do whatever the hell you want.
Exactly.
You know, there's no rules. There's no limits. Animation is great for like very weird fantasy, very wild fantasy. So that's why I did it. So it was always there in the script. It was always part of the story.
And then again, going into the whole outside of the universe of Cheatin, what's the future for Jake and Ella? Happily ever after, or?
I'm working on 2 more films right now, so I like to try something different. I don't know if I'll bring them back, maybe in a short film, because they are a wonderful couple. Yeah. But I like to do original, films. Sure. I don't do a lot of sequels. Yeah. Although the Guard Dog, I'm doing a 6th sequel for that one because he's really popular.
Yeah, he was in Cheatin,
he was,
right?
He did a couple cameos, yeah. And The Fish was very popular.
The Fish is fantastic.
I only had 3 scenes, but people fell in love with The Fish, so I may bring The Fish back. And
I would hope so. Fish is fantastic.
Yeah, The Fish is. In fact, a lot of people, I give drawings to them after the screening, and a lot of people request The Fish.
Well, he was so human.
In fact,
human fish are the
let me
best.
do a fish drawing for you.
Does the fish have a name, or is it just
fish? Unless you have a name for him. Here we go. You ready?
Ooh.
It's got big fish lips, like this. Little dorsal fin there. And he's kind of pudgy. He's kind of fat. And I like that.
Yeah, because it goes against, fish should be kind of trim.
Yeah.
But, how often do you see him in cars, though?
And I know, right. So here he is riding in the the front seat of the car, and he's screaming,
crying.
Hey, help me out. Actually, his mouth should be a little bit bigger there. There you go.
That is fantastic.
There's the fish.
Almost at the end here, so what I'm going to ask you to do is pick a word from this list.
Oh, boy.
And define it.
Blimp. It kind of jumps out at me. Glimp.
Okay. What is Glimp?
Glimp. It sounds like some bodily I don't know, disease or something.
Like some sort of a fungus or growth?
Yeah, some sort of growth.
Okay.
Coming out of the ear, kind of an ear growth.
That's disgusting.
Blimp.
Wonderful. Are there any other animators or animation out there that you think are doing really cool stuff and want to?
Yeah, I think Don
too?
Hertzfeld is doing some amazing animation. Some of the mainstream stuff, I loved the How to Train Your Dragon. I think that was an amazing film, wonderful film. I like Mind Game, Japanese film, which came out about 7 years ago. And then Cheatin.
Yes,
Fabulous.
yes. So
It's coming
Cheatin
out,
is coming out in April
3rd. In New York City, and then after that it's coming out across the country, and I'll be doing a tour across the country promoting it.
Cool.
And then on April 21st, it's coming out on Vimeo, video on demand.
That's fantastic.
And then
Vimeo is
also,
so good.
Yeah,
right
Vimeo,
now.
they're very filmmaker friendly, and
Sure.
that's why we like them. And then my whole backlog, my whole oeuvre.
Everything.
Yeah, it's coming out on iTunes through Shorts International.
Wow.
Is bringing it out.
So is that like 1,100 gigabytes of stuff? Like that is.
Well, I don't know. It's about 15 hours of animation. So
Because you've been doing this since the 60s?
No. Since the 80s, mid 80s.
Really?
Yeah, I was an illustrator during the 60s
Okay.
and 70s and
Wow.
80s. So there's I think 7 feature films and about 100 shorts.
Excellent.
So it's a lot of stuff. So if you don't know about Bill Plympton, check it out, and you'll find out everything you want to know about Bill Plympton.
All right. Well,
Sorry.
thank you so much,
You're
Bill
right.
Plympton. This was fantastic.
Okay, thank you very much.
Hello. Thank you for watching Tofu Bandit Media. Please like and subscribe on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Have a nice day.